Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video and your daily update, of course, on XRP. We are going to do a full update on XRP right here. We'll do an update on the XRP ETF, the spot ETF, which I did not update yesterday. My apologies. And then we'll talk about the technical situation right here. We'll talk about the FOMC meeting tonight. What can we expect from that? And we'll talk about the general situation for XRP. The general situation for XRP right now has not changed. I mean, I've told you for the last couple of days and before that as well that we are forming some sort of a consolidation. And although we had a move up, which was expected, right? If you watch my videos, I said, okay, it actually looks quite good. I think we can get that move up higher into the range. I did say, and I do want to clarify that, I did say yesterday I thought it was a little bit more likely that we were going to spike down first. My apologies, by the way. I have this cold that I can't get rid of. That we were going to pull back first. That did not happen. Look, ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether my content is valuable or not. But I've told you for the last week and a half that this is a range and that we are at the bottom and that we're going to move up towards that level at 2.18, 2.2, which is the middle of the range, the point of control, and some strong resistance levels such as the 30-day rolling VWAP, which we sniped. Look, if you think I was wrong because I said we were going to pull back first before doing that one day, and not the other days, and then we spike down into that without getting the pullback, that's up to you. Ultimately, I think most of you will agree with me that that this was expected for the last week, but we got that nice spike up. Rejected at the 30-day rolling VWAP, and such a rejection is also a confirmation of still being within the range. XRP is getting some nice ETF inflows still. Okay, that was one of the question marks that we had going into this week. Can we actually still get ETF inflows? And as you can see right now, we've had almost $50 million of inflows in the first 2 days of this week as well. Monday was quite high, not as high as last week. Tuesday, which was extremely high. No, I'm saying that wrong actually. Last week, Monday, I think was extremely high. But still, high inflows, still inflows, which also matters. So the fundamentals behind XRP are still pretty good. The thing is that sometimes fundamentals don't instantly translate to the price. And especially with the XRP, there's a bit of a divergence, I would call it maybe, between how well Ripple is doing and some of the fundamentals for Ripple, such as RLUSD, which is also still doing quite good, and how XRP is doing. And then outside of that, we also left imbalances to the downside. We have the FOMC meeting tonight, which usually induces some de-risking, some bearish pressure. So all of that to me signals that we are still in the range, and that's also what I do expect. I had a position on XRP actually, which I don't usually disclose my XRP positions because that's something for the signal group. I sold most of that here at 2.17, and I can actually, it will take too long, but you'll have to trust my words on that. If you really don't trust me, I'll post a picture of the trade in the video, in the next video. It took like close to 50%. I am not willing, like the entry was 2.07. I don't want to keep that position. Okay, so that says something about what I expect from XRP. I think it is again more likely that we will just stay in this range right here between $2 and well, ultimately 2.2, even though the value area high is at 2.27. And I think a very interesting level to watch, especially given the volatility coming in during the FOMC usually, are those imbalances still left at 1.98, 1.96. Those are left untapped, and I think those are quite interesting to look at. We need to get a good reaction there if we actually do get there, otherwise we can fall down quite a bit lower. But do we get a good reaction there, which I do expect? I think from there you'll actually have a decent entry back up to the 30-day rolling VWAP and 2.2, and then ultimately we need much more momentum either in the markets or for XRP specifically for me to tell you that we're going to go all the way up to 2.18 and 2.2. So that I will not claim, but the rest of what I said I do claim. And those are my thoughts for now. That's what I think you need to know going into that. So thank you for watching, everybody. Take care and bye.